Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Michigan here I am. Alright, I have a face cam, but I'm using the one on my computer and it's terrible. Anyway, today we are going to be reviewing the defense we had earlier tonight on Lakeville, where we just hard camped. So if you've noticed right off the bat, we have a bunch of E3s all sitting around this area by our cap circle, and everybody else is heading over to the Juliet Kilo about 90 line. So you notice right off we have everybody holding their turret to the left. Now you can see as a prime example right in front of me why you do that. Bearclaw took a couple of hits, but you will have noticed how many bounced. And by holding right click we can keep our turret to the left and still watch where we're going. So let's pause here as I'm going to do a review, and I'm going to kind of explain to you the idea of how this call works. So let's pause. And we're going to get free camera here. So if you notice, we have 7 E3s. We also have 1 E4 sprinkled in there from a Class 4 member. And now you notice that there's a couple of E3s, and their focus is down the 2 line. Now E3s are quite notoriously difficult to penetrate, especially at long range. So, and even at short range, they cause problems. So that's going to be a perfect choice to be running on the 2 line. Now, also note the big chunk of E3s over here. Now, the goal for those vehicles is going to be right over here. The idea is that the enemies are going to attempt to come into this box, and they're going to get shot by the E3s, and if they try and push forward, we can use the arty strike and take them out even further. So they'll have to back out of the arty strike, therefore going into the E3s, and if they want to push in, they're going to sacrifice some accuracy and quite a few hit points to get in there. Now, this game isn't going to go quite as expected, and I'll kind of go over that as we get there. So we're going to speed up a little bit. We're going to go to ×2. Now, if you look around here, you can see that we've sort of created almost an inlet for them to come in. Now, we have Mossy and Shelby back there, right? Because that means they're going to have to go past Mossy and Shelby to kill them. And when they go past Mossy and Shelby, the E3s in the back here are going to have straight shots. Now, as long as we are kind of lined up along the road, Omni is in the road right now, but he won't be later. So you can see James up there in the 705A getting ready. Our E3s are still all set up. They're ready for a 2-line push as well. You can see me telling people to just take a look there. We know there's tanks that often like to come down this road, so you can see me in this position here in this bush. While the VK doesn't have great spots, I should be able to see tanks as they come down that line, especially some heavies and TDs if they come down there. So, yep, you can see me clicking right there. This game's still fresh in my mind. Now, we actually got away with quite a bit here. You can see the enemies are firing. Omni took a few hits. Bearclaw took a few hits. But other than that, we're still up. Now, we're going to slow this down, and we're going to look what happens. Here come their version 4s. And we're going to look here. I'm going to just dump the arty strike off, because I want them to drive through it. Right now, I need to focus on shooting. So, they're going to circle around, and they're going to immediately take out the 705A. Sometimes the 705 is a deterrent, but this team was committed. I'm going to whiff my shot there. Really poor play by me. When the enemies are pushing like that, we really need to make sure we take them out. Unfortunately, this, you can see right here, Mossy just took a ton of damage. Now, we really want to be staying on the other side of the house if we can. I understand why he went around the opposite side because of this massive horde. They're all inspired. That's all of their team except for 3 vehicles, or 4 vehicles because of the EBR. So that's 11 tanks coming here, and we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they have almost double. But what the enemies are failing to take into account is the absolute firing squad behind us. Let's keep going. I'm just going to take a chunk out of that 277. Now, it's difficult to focus fire in this scenario because of how many tanks are coming in there. It's more important to just get the shot off. If you can get the kill, that's fine, but don't waste 5 seconds on your reload. So, look at the enemies. They just took how many 750 alphas getting back there? In fact, they lost a tank and a half in the process. Let's keep it going. Now, I have to be really careful because Bearclaw here and I are sharing one little area. Boom, got a nice hit in there. Look at the E3s coming in. I have to be careful because those 279s, they're just waiting for me to back up. Unfortunately, Omni is going to be dead. Middle of the road. Now, look at us here. Flow Tag, unfortunately, is not going to make it. He just isn't. We can't save him. It's not worth it. He doesn't have the armor or the alpha to really be, I don't want to say influential here, but we need these 750 alpha guns to take care of this. I'm kind of hiding behind Bear Claw here. There's no sense in me trying to get in front of him. You can't really share hit points in this scenario without giving everything up. Unfortunately, I was a bit upset there with Float Tag going out, but you know what? Tank Killer on the E3 finished him off. Bear Claw's almost dead. You can't see my hit point counter, but I'm pretty much full. You can actually kind of see it through the face cam there. But I'm almost on full health. I've taken one hit from the back, and now it is just me over here. I'm going to get a good chunk. What I'm trying to do is just get whatever hit points I can off of these tanks so the E3s can finish them off. Now we've got a low health. My weak point is exposed here. This is going to be something I'm going to struggle with because I'm trying to also hide my weak point from this chieftain. And we're still missing a version 4 and a 277 over here. I'm also looking, can I get shots on those 279s in the middle? And I've deemed that I can't because of the tanks up in front of me. Thus, EBR is definitely going for some lights. We're going to have to get rid of him, but for right now, it looks like he's just going to sort of hang on. I'm going to taking a look here, not really getting any shot. I figured that maybe I can hide my side there behind that E100 tart. E3s are starting to shoot HE, and if you've noticed, I've now started to load HE as well. Much better than trying to get a random shot off and maybe pin his cupola, especially when he needs to pull quickly. I'm going to get a shot there. It looks like it hit his cupola, actually, for 288. That guy isn't going to be feeling that great anymore. He's now down to a one hit. Any HE shot that hits him is pretty much going to kill him for the most part. Their 279s are starting to move in. I really want to turn around. I'm looking at those 279s behind me, and I really want to shoot them. But I can't because they're going to shoot me in the side if I do that. So, our team is only up 1,000 health. However, we still have the E3 firing squad. We've lost 2 E3s in the process. And here comes the EBR. E3 connects. He rams into the building. I'm just going to auto-lock, get a center mass shot. Make sure that shell hits. Bounce the chieftain, kill the EBR, and now we're in great shape. That EBR may have been able to shoot me in the back had he gotten unlit there. However, he crashed into the building, and that basically meant he met his fate. Unfortunately, I'm going to just hit one right in the center of his turret for 73 damage. These shells here have 950 potential with not bad pen, 85. So I was really hoping to be able to kill that chieftain there. We'll see if that comes back to bite me in the ass later on. So still looking for a shot there. We're now even on tanks. However, we are up 1,800 health. And it's important to note on a defense that we don't need to kill all the enemies. We just need to run the clock down. And the enemies have 2 minutes and 36 seconds left. They're going to have to start making moves. And unfortunately, they don't have time to rotate back, really. Not without us catching it or them having to sacrifice everything. So you can see there, I'm concerned about tanks coming underneath. You can see where my mouse is. Where will the enemies come from? Let's take a look. You can see I want to shoot that 279. I'm trying to see, can I get a shot? Nope, I get lit, and I kind of get scared, and I don't do it. I was looking to see if I could sling an HE shell to the back of that 277. Now, I'm not going to fire because I don't want him to think I'm reloading. So, that was a play I was actually quite proud of. I really wanted to shoot the 277 with the HE. However, if I shot the 277 and then started to reload heat, yes, maybe I would do 200 damage. But then he would know I'm reloading. So instead, I'm going to fake like I just can't get the shot. And I'm going to start reloading in a heat shell instead. Because now he thinks I'm loaded. Because I could have shot him and I didn't. So I'm hiding my lower plate there. Not a great play by the 277. The E3 finishes that off. I'm going to get a big slug. 712. The chieftain's going to hit me for 534. That's one hell of a high roll there. I'm really trying to hide my lower plate there. Is a 277 to get that? He does, because he's above me. He's able to get that shot into my upper plate. He took too long, though. I'm going to look for a shot between the gun barrel and the hull of the 200, and I'm going to finish that 277 off. Now all I have left is this chieftain. And I am on very low health. You can just barely see down there. I'm on about 400 health. I'm reloading another HE round. I wasn't paying attention to my health enough there. Here comes the version 4. I'm really hoping my E3s can finish that off. I take a punt at the chieftain. I don't finish it off. It looks like one of their chieftains rolled around to the 2 line, and he is engaging the E3s. The chieftain now hits me. The version 4 bounces my tank. I'm now on a sliver of health. I'm looking for a shot. Where's the shot? Where's the shot? and the chieftain finishes me off. I could have let the E3s maybe get it. I mean, I wasn't that far up, but a bit of a misplay by me. Now we're going to watch them E3s absolutely wreck some 279Es here. Evil Jedi's doing a great job at holding that chieftain off. We got Seabird here. Tank Killer taking a gamble there, poking over. And just like that, Tank Killer finishes off the 279. Seabird finishes off the version 4. They're kind of playing off of each other. Graveslave and Seabird tell him, just push. Once you get in the 270's face, especially in an E3, you are not going to be able to do anything. And they double tap. Now it's just this chieftain left. Evil Jedi is going to take care of him here. And let's see, does Dominator get the kill? And time expires before he can finish that off. So let's recap. We set up E3s in the back to prevent against the 2-line push, so we covered that base. We also had tanks set up. Theoretically, they could cover the middle. But we also had tanks. More importantly, they were able to support the heavies over here on the 9-0. We were unable to use the E3s to support that. We didn't have enough forward spotting, but it turned out okay. The 2 tanks back here absorbed a ton of tanks that pushed across, allowing our E3s in the back to get shots all the way down this lane. It's important to keep a clear lane, so next time we would shift the E100 in, and that way the E3s don't have to shoot around him. They have clear line of fire. The enemies are going to be able to take out tanks front to back over here. You can see they took out Flowtag, then they took out Bearclaw, then they took out myself. However, in the process, they have to do things like drive up on this mound, or come over here, and they're going to expose themselves to all the tanks in the back. So this is quite a brutal camp. I hope you enjoyed this, whether you're a caller or you just like watching it. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.